So I'm calling it the trap because it's this fantasy that you're actually trapping somebody in to get this need filled of this desire, aka fantasy, that you want, that you think is going to make everything great, and you hit this milestone, and actually it's a big fat lie. It's all a trap. Shh. Welcome to the Secret Life Podcast. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you mine. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to reach the light. That's what I did. After 12 years of recovery in sex and love addiction, I finally found my soulmate, myself. Please join me in my novel, Secret Life of a Hollywood Sex and Love Addict, a 4-time bestseller on Amazon. It's a brutal, honest, raw, gnarly ride, but hilarious at the same time. Check it out now on Amazon. Welcome to Secret Life Podcast. I'm Brianne Davis-Gantt. Today, I'm pulling back the curtains of all kinds of human secrets. We'll hear about what people are hiding from themselves or others. You know those deep, dark secrets you probably want to take to your grave? Or those lighter, funnier secrets that are just plain embarrassing. Join me each week as we take a deep dive into one subject, exploring the how, what, when, where, and why of it all. Get ready for a more revealing, exciting journey of the human experience. This is a new chapter of Secret Life, and I'm excited for you to join the ride. And today we are talking about dun dun dun, the relationship trap, the marriage and baby fantasy. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so excited to do this episode. You don't have any idea because this shit is whacked. Lately, I have been hearing all these people trying to trap people, trying to get them to commit. I got to get married. I have to have a baby. I'm talking men and women. I'm not just talking women. So I'm not like being gender specific, but this need to have overcommitment too quickly to do these society-driven things like having a baby or getting married, and that we all have to hit these milestones when we get to a certain age. So I'm calling it the trap because it's this fantasy that you're actually trapping somebody in to get this need filled of this desire, aka fantasy, that you want, that you think is going to make everything great, and you hit this milestone, and actually it's a big fat lie. It's all a trap. And so I wanted to talk about it today because I have had 2 cases right now and 2 situations that people are doing this. And they are doing every manipulative tactic to get this person or other people to get them trapped, to commit. And one of them has succeeded, and one of them now is really digging her heels in and using every tactic to get this person to commit to her and give her a baby, especially when you're not mentally healthy. So let's just start there. Why would you want to get married to someone and have a baby with them if they can't commit to you? Do you answer me that, audience? Why would anybody want to get married to someone that's not 100% sure and have a baby with this person? I have a baby. It is hard to have a baby. I'm in a marriage. We've been together for 19 years. We waited 10 years to get married. And I am telling you, the shit we went through the first 10 years, I am so glad we went through and worked it out before we actually got married, because our marriage has been smooth sailing. It is so easy. But I still got to tell you, when you bring a baby into the picture, they trigger you. Then your partner triggers you. So you still have to work through shit. So I can't even imagine if you're already in a bad mental state and having suicidal thoughts, attempts, taking pills, drinking a ton of alcohol, having instability in your life, just mentally unwell, why you would want to force someone to be married to you financial security or not, why you would think that is a good option. Is that gonna last? No. And then bringing a baby into the picture. That is just going to spike your mental illness 1,000 times worse. And so I'm sitting here going, this is insane. This is insanity. And this is a widespread epidemic. I mean, when I go and speak and talk to people, there are so many people right now trying to force people to commit. And here's the number one rule: if someone doesn't want to commit to you, there's a reason. Go, get out. That's a warning sign. That is a huge fucking red flag. You are not supposed to be with this person. You should never have to force anyone to commit to you. That is something they are unavailable, or something in you needs to be looked at, because you attracted that person that can't commit to you. And here's the deal. A lot of times, the person that really wants that person to commit to them is the hot mess. So look at yourself, my friend, in the mirror. And so I'm going to do this by these two people, these two cases, right? Hot messes. The people that want the commitment are the actual hot messes. They are worse than the person that can't commit. They are the ones that have unrealistic expectations. They are the ones that blow up their life. They are the ones that are mentally unstable. So I'm asking you, if you are one of those people that is forcing someone to commit to you, look in the mirror. It could be you. You could be the problem. You could be the over anxious attached person, and then you create these unrealistic scenarios, and then you turn into an avoidant, and then you wonder why shit isn't working out. So work on yourself. If you think this outside thing, marriage, a baby, is going to give you this aha fantasy that you've been dreaming of, I got to break it to you. It ain't going to give you shit. It's going to give you more problems, more stress, more separation from your partner, and it's going to leave you in such a bottom out that you are literally going to have to crawl your way out of it, because life gets harder. Life gets harder when you're married. Life gets harder when you have a child. There's more obligation. There's more pressure. There just is. So that's the thing I want to look at. Red fucking flags. Let's start. Red flags. Red flags within yourself. An unhealthy marriage. If you are pushing commitment and these things are happening in your relationship, you need to stop pushing commitment. You need to stop pushing the baby. I don't care if you're 30 years old or a 35-year-old woman and your clock is a ticking. Go get your eggs frozen. Have a baby by yourself. I was working with someone, and I've known her for a long time, and we've seen each other throughout the program, the Sex and Love Addict program, and she went and had a baby by herself. She really wanted it, and she didn't want to pressure any man to have a baby with her. So she decided to have a baby with herself and became a single mother, and she has a son now. I think he's around like 9 years old. She says it's very, very hard, but she's glad she did it. She's glad that she did that because she did it for herself and she wanted that experience, and she didn't want to attach herself to someone just to have a baby. So if that is your goal and you want a child and you want to ask yourself, why do you actually want this child? Are you wanting unconditional love? Are you want to attach to something, make something bigger than you? Because I got news for you. That ain't a reason to have a child. And I even thought that when I was pregnant with Davis, I was like, oh, it's going to be so nice to care for something more than me. Oh, I'm just so glad I won't have to worry about myself anymore. It's like I'm going to give all my energy to him. And then when he came out, I was like, oh shit, this does not, that I got to rework this thought, because first of all, it's exhausting. Second of all, I can't give all my energy to my child. I have to give some to myself, and I have to take care of myself, and I have to still work on myself, and I have to be what I want to be and still grow as a human and evolve as a human and do my career. So I thought it was like an escape of all that responsibility and putting it into my child, but that's unhealthy. So if you think having a child is going to give you that reality check, that's not going to happen. It's just more pressure on yourself. And you have to keep yourself so you don't enmesh with that child. And that's the thing she had to work on, being a single parent, is not in meshing with her son. So if you want a baby, go have a baby by yourself. Don't trap somebody. Stop trapping people to have a baby. That ain't a reason to have a baby. So here are the signs if you are in an unhealthy relationship and are forcing someone to buy you that ring, to commit to you, even though they just got out of rehab and you were their therapist and you were inappropriate, and then you force them into marriage, and now you're a hot mess express. And now you want to bring a baby into this picture. Not a good look, my friend. Abort mission. And you argue all the time. Red flag number one, you argue all the time. You don't make time for each other. You take advantage of each other. You call each other's names and ridicule each other. You get in screaming match fights. The cops get called. That one happened to the other one. Cops are called all the time to her house all the time. Hot mess express. You criticize each other. You criticize each other to other people. You make fun of each other to other people. You literally make the other person feel bad about themselves. You look at it as a game. It's like tit for tat situation. Unhealthy relationship. Do not force commitment. You try to control or manipulate them. You are with them for their money. Oh my God, if I hear another person that wants to stay with someone because they have an Amex Black card, I am sorry, but no Amex Black card is going to keep you warm and comfy and feeling loved and safe at night. Doesn't do it. You can have all the bags in the world. You can have all the money in the world. That is not going to bring you unconditional love at the end of the day. You're sooner or later, that material security doesn't mean shit. And you're going to feel empty, and you're going to be wanting that next thing, another baby, and then you're going to get empty again. Outside things, people, places, and things is empty. So you forcing anyone to show up for you or commit to you is emptiness. Emptiness, people. Stop doing it. And I'm specifically talking to this one person. So I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at this person because they're not getting it and they're trying to play the victim. And instead, grow up, work on yourself, do your mental health work. Look at yourself. Don't try to bring a child into it. Don't try to trap someone to attach to you so you don't have to do work on yourself. Look in the mirror, work on your mental health and your addiction issues and your drinking and your driving. That's a problem. So that's for her, specifically for her, people. All right, here's another thing. You get jealous. You get jealous of their behaviors, who they're talking to, who they're texting, all that stuff. You criticize their friends. You criticize their job. You say they're not doing enough. You harm and threaten yourself. You harm and threaten yourself if they decide to hold or set a boundary. Let me repeat myself. Don't force commitment with anyone for a baby or marriage if you're threatening to harm yourself if they leave you or they set a boundary. That is a problem. Or you threaten to harm them. That is a problem. You grab objects, you throw them. Problem. You use threats or physical force. These are issues that mean you have an unhealthy relationship and you should not be forcing anyone to commit to you in long term. And a child is long term. A child is life. And I said this specifically to one client. I said, if you do this, if you have a baby, you are going to be with this person 18 plus years. You will have to deal with this mental health instability. And when this person has a baby, all that instability is going to amplify hormonally. And you are going to be the one that has to compensate for that baby because they most likely will not be available. Because if you look at their parents, they were not available and they were an avoidant and they ignored the child. So what's going to happen is if you have a baby, that baby is going to be your full responsibility and you're going to have to deal with the insanity of that instability and that mental health issue that has not been looked at. Clear communication is a problem. If you cannot communicate with your partner and them not listen to you, that is a problem. If they compare you to an ex, that is a problem. If you act out based on your emotions and cannot emotionally regulate, which I'm going to do a whole other podcast about because people are not emotionally regulating, that is a problem. Not taking time for each other, that is a problem. Dodging each other, that is a problem. Not giving each other space when you're enmeshing and engulfing, that is a problem. Keeping tabs on others' mistakes, tallies, that is a problem. Using breakup as a threat or keep saying, I'm breaking up with you and ignoring them, that is a problem. Oh my God, this is annoying. Not being considerate of their boundaries and their preferences. Getting jealous of anybody they talk to, problem. Trying to change them, trying to change them, trying to change them. That is a problem. If someone doesn't want to commit, they don't want to be with you. They are just holding on to you and you got to let it go. So these are the things you need to start looking at. And the partners, I want you to really think about this. If someone's pushing commitment on you, look at these signs that you need to probably stand up. Your codependency is holding on to them. So I want you to think of these 8 signs right now if they're happening for you, and you need to step up and let them go. Do you feel lonely when you're with this person? Do you feel reluctant opening up to this person? Do you feel there's a lack of intimacy, emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, spiritual intimacy, any of the intimacies, the 5 intimacies? I did an episode on it. Do you lack any time spending together? When you're together, do you even really feel like you're with them? Are they on their phone? Those kind of things. You're even unable to picture your future together. Has there been infidelity? Has there been cheating? Are there weird moments where they just disappear and you have no idea where they went? And last but not least, is there too many disagreements? Those get worse. When there is a baby and there is a marriage, disagreements can get worse if you don't work them out. Here's how you slow it down to see if this relationship is worth saving. You slow it down. You slow everything down. Everything needs to slow down. You look at, oh, we're spending too much time together. We need to open our lives and go slow. We need to not see each other so much. We need to have 1 date a week and see how we feel separate. Does your nervous system relax when you're not around them? Slow it down. That's how you find out. Then you see, oh, I actually feel better without them, and they bring too much drama to my life. Do you better understand each other's likes and dislikes? You got to look at your likes and their dislikes and your dislikes, and see if you're compatible, because those things get amplified. You figure out what you want from each other and how you want and what your expectations are of this relationship, and you compare notes. What do you want? What do you want the relationship to look like? And they ask the same things, and look at it and see, are we on the same track? You take time to love and trust them, but you also take time to go and be with other people and build those relationships in your life, because lots of times when we're in relationships, we forget the other relationships. Also know that physical intimacy is not the most important thing. That goes away. You really have to connect on an emotional level, and you got to get vulnerable and open up, but you do it at a slow pace, not a trauma bond, not a dumping, not an oversharing, and slow it down. So if you already did that, pull it back, slow it down, share the everyday fun things, the everyday, oh, I learned this today, the simple things. Last but not least, if you are not living together, do not move in together. Do not move in together. Have your own personal space. If you do live together, take time apart, leave the house, go places separate, but do not move in together. I am going to repeat, do not move in together. Only makes it worse. So I really had to do this episode. This is getting a lot off my chest because too many people are wanting to do this, and they are literally destroying their lives, bringing babies into this world that do not need to be brought in, that need to be brought in loving, whole relationships or stability. And when someone doesn't want to commit to you, that's not stable. Not stable. Plain and simple, not stable. If someone doesn't want to commit to you, if someone's having trouble wanting to get you pregnant, or you're forcing them to try to get you pregnant, or you stop taking birth control and you don't tell them, and you're forcing them and crying about not getting a ring when you're on vacation, even though you've only been seeing them for 8 months, that is insanity. And that is not going to make your life better. You need to look inward and work on your mental health and work on why you think getting these things when you're literally creating drama and fights, and why you think getting this thing is going to make your life better when it's not. It's not going to make it better. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to Secret Life Podcast. Let me know your thoughts. Send me your topics you want me to discuss, and send anything you want to secretlifepodcast@icloud.com. Until next time. Thanks again for listening to the show. Please subscribe, rate, share, or send me a note at secretlifepodcast.com. And if you like to check out my book, head over to secretlifenovel.com or Amazon to pick up a copy for yourself or someone you love. Thanks again. See you soon.